I've been waiting to talk about this One Piece chapter, this latest chapter of One Piece. I've been waiting because I made a pretty controversial take about it.
And I got a feeling we're not going to agree.
Did you?
Well, I think you guys. I think you guys might to an extent, but I know there was a lot of disagreement with what I was saying about a certain character. But let's start this off. We got Vivi and Morgans. Morgans is trying to drop some more news. I don't know what he's gonna manipulate. I don't know. Vivi's beefing with Morgans, which is actually
probably
funny.
Gonna say, you know what? It's probably gonna be Luffy being framed for Vegapunk, and that's why she's beefing.
Yep.
Yeah, he wanted to announce like all the fights, like Blackbeard and Law, Red Hair versus Kid, and then Luffy. Oh yeah, he said he wants to murder Vegapunk. So that gets me thinking, like, Morgans is like a real life content creator with all like the clickbait titles, like doing anything just to get eyes on his work.
Bro,
it's facts.
It's facts. He's cooking something up, bro. He's gonna drop like the biggest story at the end of the story, bro.
For sure. He's like May, but even worse.
He's so diabolical.
Except there's no gambling though. There's no gambling. It's just straight clickbait. Thumbnails.
He's not even like motivated by money. He's just doing it just to stir things up. That's crazy to me.
There gotta be, if there's like no actual backstory to him, because he's a human, he's a devil fruit user. So I'm like, I'm hoping Oda doesn't fumble that, because there's nothing to him with it. All right, he's just a dude that just wanted violence, man. He just want to start drama.
All these other characters, Trafalgar Law's backstory, Nico Robin's backstory, Sanji, and then it's just Morgan. He just wants violence.
Man, he is the true rocks, man. The real Blackbeard.
Amongst all the most like influential figures in One Piece, where would you say Morgan's ranks? Like, what range would you give him?
Influence?
Like, is it crazy to say he's like a top 5 most influential character in the series?
Crazy. It's not crazy to say that at all.
Definitely not. I mean, obviously Roger started the Great Pirate Era, so we got to put him top 1. World government with their propaganda, bro. I've been seeing some funny TikTok world government propaganda where it's like Emu and like the girl say they're like crying to Emu. It's like it's the funniest thing I ever see. So
it's
world government probably too.
They're always playing that one like Back in Chicago song from the dude from Stranger Things.
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet.
I think
so you got Roger at 1, most influential character.
Yes. Yeah. World government at 2. Because they set all the rules, laws.
Who in the world government would you say like takes that spot though? If we were to rank this by individuals.
I mean, I would have to think it's Emu.
It depends on the lens we're looking at. Like, are we gonna look at characters that we know are known, or characters that are like unknown to almost everyone, like Emu, you know?
Well, nothing passes unless Emu sees what
Emu.
It has to be Emu.
It has to be Emu then. None of the Gore say just Emu.
Okay.
And then 3.
Roger, Emu.
Vegapunk.
You know what?
Vegapunk has to be up there.
Do you think he just climbed to that spot, or do you think he already had this spot from all of his previous like inventions and work?
I think he was already there, because the moment everyone saw his face, like on the screen, even people that ended up not really believing what he was saying, they were paying attention.
Yeah,
you know,
that is true. I mean, you're the world's smartest man. Everybody's gonna listen to what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
So who else?
And then honestly, Morgan's is looking like he might be at that 4, or we can think of maybe one more.
Dragon. I don't know.
I think Dragon is a great shout for that top 5 spot.
If he was most dangerous man. I mean, if he would ever show up and just, if he's anything like,
you know what, he does do fights though. They're all off screen, but he does have the Revolutionary Army doing mad work and
like going to work,
yes.
Taking over, like helping, like take territories in certain countries and stuff. Like he doesn't. We don't see it much, but he's making moves that are a lot more influential than some other pirates that you would expect to be more influential. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, would Whitebeard be scratching the surface up there, you think?
I would say so, especially after Marineford confirming the One Piece is real.
Yeah.
And think about it.
Yeah.
Even though this goes into Morgan's manipulation of the media or whoever else, I don't know if there's any other news outlets at One Piece besides Morgan's. I can't recall any.
Already off them all, man.
Yeah, it's like if ESPN just took out every other sports outlet.
Oh Oh man!
If we can only see ESPN, and then they can just say whatever they want, you have to believe it because there's no other alternative.
I can't even imagine if the world government had control of the news in One Piece.
Yo, he'd be Stephen A. Smith, bro. Just god.
But yeah, like I was saying, Whitebeard, they were celebrating this man's death. People were terrified of him. There was like a little nursery rhyme about him being like a demon or something.
What?
Remember the kids were singing, like, I forget how the nursery rhyme goes, but there was like this little song that kids would sing about Whitebeard.
I'm not gonna lie, I just found out about that. That's like plus a million aura in my book. They got nursery rhymes about Whitebeard. Is crazy. Yeah,
I made a video. It was like, who's the most feared, whatever. And then a lot of people were mentioning that in the comments, and I'm like, oh man, that's some crazy influence. Like, he's got to be one of the most feared characters, like, within his respective verse.
I mean, he's 20 feet tall.
And the funny thing about it, is that it's not even true. Just because people think of him that way, that's how they view him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the Kuma the tyrant. Like, bro, he's not a tyrant.
Man. No, he's not.
Let's get into the interesting part of this chapter.
Enough Morgan stuck. We'll get to it. Okay.
Yeah, what about that?
So we're seeing the aftermath of Egghead with the Marines, right? And we see Kizaru bursting into tears, saying, if you have time to sit there and doubt me, come over here and see my work for yourself, you ungrateful brat. And that, of course, is in response to Akainu saying he's slacking off at Egghead. Yeah. So Kizaru was obviously feeling very emotional. He just took out his best friend. And my hot take is that I could care less. Wiped in tears, buddy. We do not care. That's my hot take. And before I explain, I'd like to hear your initial thoughts on that. Because me personally, I could care less. Like, boo-hoo, right? Now, I obviously need to provide some explanation for that, but what do you think? You sympathize with Kizaru?
I agree with you. He did what he did, and at the end of the day, you know, that's the difference between where he is and where Aokiji is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Aokiji walked out.
Yeah.
And Kizaru just said, nah, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, he even said he's a cog in the machine.
Exactly.
So you're right. What are you crying for? You got one of those broken devil fruits. Now you've shown us you got hockey. What the hell are you crying for? You did it. I agree.
You know what? I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. But at the same time, like, he did accomplish his mission. He did what he was supposed to do. So I think him showing this little bit of emotion is just Oda showing us that these are real people. And even with Akainu apologizing to Kizaru, we've never seen that kind of empathy from someone like Akainu.
I do think that's great to see.
It makes them more human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't. I don't think in One Piece there's like a bad guy that's 100% evil, except maybe like Blackbeard. But we don't even know that for sure, though. He's probably not 100% evil.
I throw Dolphy in there.
100% evil. No, free my boy. You don't do anything wrong.
No, yeah, but a lot of people were like misinterpreting my take on this. They're saying, "Oh, let him cry. Like, he's human. He just offed his best friend. He should be allowed to cry," which I wholeheartedly agree with, right? But like Romans was saying, he admitted he's a cog in a machine. Going into Egghead, he didn't seem like he had a problem with what he was about to do.
That's what I'm saying. How he pulled up and everything. He was like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
It could be a coping mechanism. He could be holding it back because obviously he was conflicted. But out of all the atrocities he's committed for the world government in the past, not a shred of emotion. But now something happens to him. He does their dirty work, and now he's crying like this. It's a bit hypocritical to me that he's acting this way.
What atrocities are you talking about, though? What has he done before?
Well, I mean, we haven't visibly seen it, but
yeah,
like he said, he's a cog in a machine for the world government. That almost guarantees you've done terrible things. That
Buster calls.
Now, part of me not sympathizing is also like how he did the Straw Hats at Sabaody, but that's not relevant to my main point. I'm just being salty in that regard. But I don't know. I just feel like it's hypocritical. I don't sympathize with him. And this has nothing to do with the writing. I think this is an amazing moment to see these admirals more humanized, especially from Akainu. But again, I just don't care for Kizaru crying right now. Bro, I'm not saying he can't cry. I'm not saying he's not justified. I just don't care.
You're right. Because I just remembered something now. because Oda confirmed that Zephyr's story is canon, and in the film, Kizaru is the one who kills him, and that was his own sensei. This dude, it's not his first time. It's not his first time. Yeah, I can agree with you, Jay.
I can see what you're saying about. I understand what you're saying now. You're saying that you don't care for Kizaru crying.
Yeah,
but you can understand like from a writing standpoint. I get what you're saying.
Oh.
I'm like strictly criticizing Kizaru as a character. Like I know why we're seeing what we're seeing, but like if I was in One Piece, this is how I would view him.
Right. Yeah.
Or if he was a real person, or if someone had the exact same situation happen to them, that's how I would view them. Right.
The writing is great because it's a parallel to Luffy at Sabaody.
Amazing.
Luffy, like, you know, crying like that. And now Kizaru's like, so it's like,
and he did it to himself.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Like you did, like you could have, bro, you could have switched sides and joined like Luffy.
You know what? Yeah, I was saying he could have just stayed down because obviously some of the part where he was laying down taking a break, he wasn't able to just get right back up. He didn't get right back up right when he was able to, and it was pretty obvious with how conflicted he was. Right?
Yeah.
Is that safe to assume that?
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this confirms what everybody was saying. Dude, there's no way Kizaru is not going 100%. Of course he's not going 100%. He's facing his best friend. He doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
But he ended up doing it anyways.
And another thing, people are acting like he was being forced against his will to do what he did. Like, yes, it was his mission, but Saturn wasn't breathing down his neck for him to get the job done. He was there trying to get the job done himself. Like, all Saturn said about him was, oh, this is unsatisfactory, even for you. But what part of that is you better get up right now or else I'm about to do something crazy? So Kizaru, it's not like Kizaru was – the only conflict he had was that it's his best friend, right? Do I just follow orders and off my best friend? Or do I let him get away? Do I fail my mission? You don't have to defect from the Marines. Do you just purposely fail your mission just to let your friend get away?
I
Look at Fujitora.
Out of trouble, man. He still might be in trouble. Kizaru still might be in trouble when he gets.
I'm saying he's still about to get in trouble.
That's facts. We gotta see this Akainu and Kizaru backstory because there's got to be like why are they even there for real?
Because they got spawned back to base, man. So like they're not done with Kizaru yet. He's relieved. That's probably why he's crying. It's tears of joy. It's tears of sadness. It's a whole bunch of things.
I'm also seeing people say that he's not crying just out of nowhere, and because Akainu made him cry. You expect me to sympathize him after Akainu made him cry? Like, come on, really?
Akainu made him cry.
Like, I feel so bad for the world government dog. No,
man.
I don't feel bad for a world government dog. I'm sorry. That's just my take.
I was shocked that Akainu got quiet real quick. He was like, "My bad, bro."
I think it would be interesting to know, like, why? Like, why is he a cog in the machine? Like, why do you have to be one? Why didn't, like, you were best friends with Vegapunk. You know, probably, maybe not all of the ancient history, but you probably know something about Joy Boy.
That is a good point. That will add more context to why he did what he did. What makes him so loyal to the world government?
Yeah.
But again, all this time, it could be a coping mechanism. It could be some kind of psychological something where he just doesn't show emotions, but he knew his mission
against Kizaru, bro.
Hey, I'm just sick of seeing people. I'm sick of seeing these people sympathize with him,
bro.
Like, imagine Luffy, right?
Yeah.
Imagine he has to take out one of his crew members to accomplish his dream. And then he does it, and then he's sad about it. Like, yeah, he can feel sad about it, but I'm not going to feel bad because he chose to make that choice. That was his choice. Yeah. Stand on it. Right?
That's true. This is true.
I don't know. Kizaru's a crybaby to me.
I actually do think we agree. I agree with what you're saying. I actually didn't think I was going to, but I agree with what you're saying.
It's that the only good thing, like, great character, but like the only thing that I actually like is the devil fruit, you know, when it comes to everything. But like, yeah, like I don't know, I hate Kizaru, but great character. But Kizaru just pissed me off ever since Sabaody, man. And then when he confirmed that he's a cog in the machine,
he is very smug as well.
I was like, we really going that direction, Kizaru? We doing this?
This is pretty similar to Fujitora at Dressrosa. He let Luffy go. What if Kizaru let Vegapunk go?
Exactly.
Fujitora completely defied an order. He's doing just fine.
And bowed down to the king after that, too.
I'm saying.
Yeah. On live broadcast, too.
On live stream.
Even Akainu was yelling at him afterward on call. Just the same exact situation. But, oh no, Kizaru was forced to do what he did.
Yeah.
I feel bad for it. No, I don't feel bad for a world government dog.
I love Fujitora, though.
This comment is diabolical. He's crying.
Fujitora and Aokiji, they'll stand on business. They'll stand behind their sense of justice. Kizaru, nah.
Coward.
He's just going to roll over, do what he's told,
Ow.
and then cry about it afterwards. Come on. Come on. But we got a super chat from Ichigo Kurosaki. Podcast is... it took a bit to kick in. We got a super chat from Ichigo Kurosaki. Podcast is fire. Keep up the great work. By the way, watched Erased. It's peak.
Oh, it's on my list.
I've heard of Erased.
Too.
That is the time travel anime, right?
Yeah.
Movie or series?
It's a series, I think.
I've heard it's pretty fire.
Yeah, it's on my list. I gotta watch that.
Someone's saying it's pretty similar to Garp letting Luffy punch him and get to Ace. Exactly. Another great comparison.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Garp didn't defy any orders.
What were they going to
do? Exactly. And if Kizaru defied orders, they're not just going to... What are they going to do? Fire him? They're not going to take him out.
Then he's going to be like, all right, I'll just help the others. And then they're even more screwed.
Yeah.
Vegapunk said enough at that point. I mean, it's not... What did he say? What information did he save? He could have saved something, but Vegapunk got through the majority of his broadcast.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, you could say, oh, he had to prevent him from doing this, but most of it already happened.
What if the reason why Kizaru is sad is because Vegapunk told him to kill him? And that would trigger the broadcast. And then Vegapunk erased his memory. Maybe that's why he's crying.
I think that makes... Yeah, I like that too.
I like that.
I love that. That would make me completely apologize to Kizaru.
Man,
but I know Vegapunk was also saying that he was already planning on dying too. Or I forget who he told this to. It wasn't Sanji, right?
He told the dragon.
He said he was planning on dying?
Yeah, Shaka.
Like he was going to die. Okay.
He said, I'm going to be
So
dying.
maybe he with Kizaru. Maybe with Kizaru, bro. Maybe he was like, Kizaru, I'm going to need you to do this. Oh, and then after that, he erased his memory, obviously. And he didn't know Kizaru, his best friend, was going to kill him.
Yeah, because he did erase the memory.
He erased his own memory.
Yeah, that was peak writing. When I got to that part, I was like, ooh, Oda, ooh.
Hey, it's a possibility. We don't know.
It's true.
I think that's Kizaru's saving grace for me. If Vegapunk told him to do it, although I don't know how Vegapunk would predict that he's coming to Egghead in the first place. Maybe he just assumed he would take the role.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only way I can forgive Kizaru.
He was still there just watching Bonnie and Kuma get attacked and oh, Kizaru, let me stop thinking about it, bro.
Wait, is Kuma still alive?
We haven't come back to Kuma yet. Oda's gonna end the arc with Kuma's death, bro. Dog.
Is he on the ship?
Dog.
Dude, I completely forgot what happened with Kuma as well.
Bro.
If anyone knows what happened to Kuma, let us know. I know he got completely messed up, but
that should be like a going merry moment or something if he's on the ship.
Yeah.
Because Bonnie's on the ship, in at the end of the chapter, they're all celebrating.
Imagine Kuma's just in the back dying. They're all celebrating, and he's just
even
dying.
Bonnie, we need some closure from Kuma.
He must not.
Bonnie hugging him. He's on the ship.
Oh.
Bonnie hugging him. Okay.
He's on the ship.
Where's Bonnie hugging him? I'm looking here. I see she's in her kid form at the end of the chapter, but I'm not seeing Kuma. You know what? Let's just assume that's right.
Let's assume. I like it.
Even if it's not real, I'm just gonna picture it being real.
Right? Please.
But yeah, looking back through this chapter, Kizaru actively pursued Vegapunk. He was getting away. He could have just left him.
Bro, oh man, bro.
I'm telling you, the only way it makes sense is if Vegapunk told him to kill him. Otherwise, I don't understand either.
Man, respect to you, FEXR, for giving him one last hope, one last shining hope.
I'm trying to give because bro, otherwise it genuinely just doesn't make sense. Like, are you that much of a you can't think for yourself? I don't understand.
He's a dog, not the Sanji kind. It's the worst kind of dog. I'd rather be a Sanji type dog before this kind of dog.
Like, I couldn't believe it when on that panel when that chapter came out, and I just read when he just said "cog in the machine." I was like, did bro just really say he's a sellout? Like, he really just said he's a sellout. We're gonna see that animated soon, and people are gonna be like, the edits are gonna be crazy. I can only imagine. There's gonna be some.
There are gonna be some fire edits.
Someone said Kuzan did the same. No, Sal is still alive. Sal is still alive.
Garp, we don't know for sure, but that's also a different situation.
He's definitely still alive. There's no way that's Garp's conclusion.
Yeah, that would be kind of a crazy conclusion.
I think PG, man, sword. I think it's all just in the works, man.
But yeah, even Kizaru, there's not any kind of way for him to at least make it look like he off Vegapunk or something. I do think he'll get like a redemption arc because there is a Vegapunk still around, Lilith. I think he'll get like a little redemption. It won't redeem everything he's done in the past that I'm glad we don't know about probably, but I could see him helping out later in the line.
I remember when people, and I was low-key one of them, saying like Kizaru cauterized Vegapunk's wound.
Yeah.
I was on that train too.
Because it was like, why would you kill your best friend?
See, we gave him every shot we could.
We did. And he just literally shot down every single one.
Like the first time we got those flashbacks, I was like, bet he's about to have a turnaround. His character's about to just have that 180. And then after the flashbacks, he just went back to doing this. I'm like, dog, what was all this for?
Yeah, I think we're good on the Kizaru talk now. I am seeing a lot of people sympathize for him, which is crazy to me. I feel like people are just sympathizing just because they disagreed.
Yeah.
But at the end of the chapter, we see a figure sitting in Egghead saying, "Come on, who do you guys think that is? We should make a little bet on who we think that's going to be."
It's not Shanks.
Yeah, no.
I think it could be Yasop.
Hey,
finally ready to see his son.
If he stayed, that would be. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be fire. That would be fire if he stayed. That training arc, bro. That would be fire.
Yeah, if this is the Usopp arc where he's finally gonna get the most character development, and we have his father there, that's like the perfect moment for him to meet his father. But again, if we get something like that, that makes me very fearful that he might pass away because this would conclude a lot of things within Usopp's character within this arc. So I could definitely see
will be fine with that,
down the line.
Yeah.
I'll be fine with him dying. Not because I hate him, but I feel like that's what he wants. It's his dream kind of.
To sacrifice himself?
To be a brave warrior of the sea and go down guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
I here's the thing with Usopp's dream. I'm wondering, what does he consider a brave warrior of the sea? Because by technicality, he already is one because he's more of a brave warrior than anyone else. He's
death for his crew.
Yeah, and he's extremely afraid of everything, and he still continues being a pirate despite that. So in a way, you could say he accomplished his dream, but he just hasn't realized it yet. So what does he consider a brave warrior?
I think that
maybe he's going to come to realize what it really means, because right now I'm assuming he thinks you have to be big and strong, like a giant, when no, it's just
self-realization.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But if it's not
Yasuo, find out his real goal. I've been hearing
Man Marked by Flames?
I've been hearing it could be him, that, which could also be Gaban. They've been theorizing that the Man Marked by Flames is Gaban.
Yeah.
I've been hearing Shiki, but that would be such a random time to bring
Elbaf.
Shiki.
What would he be an Elbaf for?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. It's very random to just bring back Shiki.
Yeah.
I think
he does have some kind of crazy plans, though, according to Oda. So
I don't
know what he's about to do.
Pull up. I've been wanting Shiki to pull up.
And by the way, it says what awaits them in the land of giants. It feels like it's gonna be like a surprise. Like we're not gonna see who it is. Like it's not gonna be like a red-haired pirate.
Could it be Rayleigh? Did it look like Rayleigh? I have to look at it again. Let me see. Let me look at this silhouette.
And it looks like he's holding like a sword or
he's drinking. It says glug. I think he's drinking something.
Oh, it says glug.
The silhouette does look kind of like Shanks though, like with the little like cape. He wants us to think that though. He wants us to think that. It's definitely not Shanks.
So could it be that same character? Remember they gave us that spread like a chapter or two ago, and it gave us that unknown character. So do you think that's the same one?
Unknown character. What?
Oh, you're talking about the Shanks like wannabe, the twin brother.
The sword.
Oh, Garling, not Garling, or whoever that is.
It was like the only silhouette. And we got everyone else's face. So it was like the introduction to the new characters. So what if that's Oda teasing us? That could be the same person.
The same, yeah.
Or Crocus. Or Crockett. Or
Crocus.
there was Laboon.
What would Crocus be doing there? I've seen a lot of people say that.
Turned up to Elbaf.
With Laboon, bro. He traveled with Laboon.
I've seen a lot of people say it's Crocus. What would he be doing there? Just vacation or something?
It's time for him to tell him everything or something. I don't know.
He doesn't like do any. What does he do in his free time? He just sits there and acts crazy.
Because we see the Roger Pirates act like, well, not act like they know. They already know. You know, apparently, like it seems like they know what's about to happen at times. You know, they're waiting for a time. So what if now them leaving Egghead seems to be like the time, and the Roger Pirates start appearing because it's time or something? You know, Rayleigh's done his thing. You know, then we have Gabon. Man marked by flames. You know, there's a theory out there for a while that Morgan's is even a Roger pirate.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So let's think about this though. Let's like, can we try to deduce it? Because let's think about Egghead is a parallel to Saba Odi, and at Saba Odi we met Rayleigh, who's a Roger pirate. So, but then we would have met another Roger pirate at Egghead, though.
Instead, we got introduction to like rocks, like Stussy being the clone of Buckingham, you know?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's a reach, though.
Maybe it's Weevil.
He got captured.
Marco,
they locked my boy up. Green Bull got
bro, the most irrelevant character ever. Weevil.
Hey.
Bruh.
I used to be a big believer that he's up there with some of the strongest characters, but after this, I'm not really seeing it. Like he could probably do some damage, but I would have figured he could put up a pretty good fight against some very powerful characters. Kizaru compared his strength to a younger Whitebeard.
That's a crazy comparison. He's glazing. There's no way. And the silhouette, I know it doesn't look like him, but what if it's a Rouge? We finally get a Rouge comeback.
Man, what happened to all his muscle, bro?
Yeah,
he went on the cut,
devil fruit, like
hey, what
up or something.
Yeah,
maybe once he uses that, him using his devil fruit like makes him skinnier or something. Like
that's his natural state.
Fat gum, Choji.
Hold up now, that could be his natural state, and like his every contact he takes due to his devil fruit. You know, maybe that's what gets him swole.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're just
theorizing.
But anyways, this is completely random. If you're watching the live right now, be sure to drop a like. It helps us grow this stream, helps elevate our content to keep pushing it out for y'all. We appreciate y'all, everyone watching this. Be sure you like the stream. It goes a long way. But yeah, I think we covered most of the important aspects of this chapter. I don't believe there's a break next week either.
No, let me look it up to make sure. But I don't think.
Oh, there is a break next week.
There is a break. Oh, so we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I believe Egghead finished as the fourth longest arc amongst all the arcs in One Piece, which is absolutely wild to me. I feel like the events in the anime even just happened like two days ago or something, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's no way it's the fourth longest arc. It does not feel like it. Maybe that just goes to show how great the pacing is.
Yeah. I think the Kuma backstory dragged a little bit, but I think other than that, I don't think there was any super dragged out parts. You could argue the broadcast, but even that, I wouldn't say it's dragged out. So, yeah, I think the pacing of Egghead was definitely better than Wano. I think that's undeniable.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's definitely for sure.
Whole Cake, you could argue as well. I mean, look, Luffy versus Katakuri was like what 20 plus episodes in the anime.
Yeah, Dressrosa arc has to be one of the longest, right? If not the longest, up there.
Yeah, I know Wano's up there. Sky P is actually up there. I don't know if it's in the top 4, but it's like very, very long. Yeah. It's one of the longest One Piece arcs.
And I know when they reanimate it in Wit, they're gonna do a lot of work.
Oh yeah. And maybe they can include things that we know now that we didn't know before, incorporate it a little better.
That would be cool.
That would be cool, yeah. Maybe he because what's that theory? It's that theory that the One Piece community, like half of them think they exist, half of them think they don't. With the shadows in the triangle in the middle of the sea. Remember those giant shadows?
Oh yes.
Yeah, maybe like Wit Studio can maybe elaborate on that to make it a little clarify on if it's really something or was it just a reflection,
Yeah.
Now that you mention that, those things look like giant emus. They have the same silhouette, the same eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are those things?
That's what I'm saying.
He just dropped those and just left it alone. Like, oh, here's one of the most.
Oda just gave away like everything about Emu, and we would never know. Like we just would never know. Like what?
Oh man, accidentally drawing the main villain by accident is wild, Oda.
JJK time.
Yeah, I think we can talk about some JJK now. Obviously, they had a crazy chapter as well.
Yeah.
So
I for sure am not going to agree with you guys on this.
Oh, you have a take? You have a take for this one?
Well, you'll see. Let's just get into it.
Okay. So, chapter begins. Yuta and Gojo flashback. They're kind of discussing the topics of Sukuna's finger and how Yuta can learn how to copy his powers. It basically just explains Yuta's powers and the way his copying works. And we find out that he didn't actually eat Sukuna's finger. He ate one of Yuji's fingers. And that's how he gained access to dismantle and that sort. But it transitions into Yuji versus Sukuna. And finally, we get to see Nobara finally make a return using resonance on Sukuna, setting up a perfect black flash for Yuji to knock this man out of commission. That's basically the chapter. It didn't seem like a long chapter. I don't know if it was shorter than normal, but that's basically all that happens. We get the flashback. Nobara comes back, uses resonance. Yuji and Sukuna are throwing hands, but Yuji ends up knocking him out. And that's where the chapter leaves off. What hot take do you have for this chapter?
I know there's a lot of I don't even know how it's possible, but there's apparently Nobara glazers. Like they just like Nobara. Like what does she add to the story, Gege? Why is she back? I don't understand. Like we could have had Yuji dying and then Megami being like him sacrificing himself and Megami being saved. That's how I would have loved the ending. But instead, we have Nobara coming back, and Yuji's going to survive, and Megami's going to survive. It's Disney freaking Kaisen, bro. It's Disney Kaisen. That's my take.
I'm afraid. I have to agree here with FEXR, man, because look, I think we said this like the last stream. We're like, if Nobara comes back, it's going to be like, I don't know. I get why he did it. He did it to please the fans, which is great, because I think he sees what people say. That's the only reason I feel like she just got put back. But I feel like it could have been anyone that just pulled back up and did what she did. Like, to me, the depth of her writing should have been like a little bit more opened up a little while back ago if she was going to be that vital that she is, how she is now, She
literally just clutched up the entire fight, and she popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She happened to wake up right before, like, bro, what? She happened to finally recover right before the Sukuna battle.
All I'm gonna say is I don't ever want to hear people talk about Black Clover because the writing and everything. So that's all I'm gonna say. Because
Hey, I've been seeing that knockoff Sharingan. I've been seeing that knockoff Sharingan. What's that about?
Oh man, that's just Japanese culture, man.
Okay, I
don't know. So about the Disney Kaisen take, I have to disagree with that. Here's my thing with the Nobara's return. I think this is long overdue. I think this should have happened a while ago. We should have gotten way more information because Gege basically led us on and made us believe that she was gone in a way, saying that he was done with her character in Shibuya, leaving it super ambiguous. It was never said that she was officially gone. Sure. But the way her return was executed is a bit questionable to me. Like, to bring her back with 4 chapters left
that's the thing.
It seems like a cop-out way to bring her back and draw away from. You said what again?
4th Great Ninja War-ish. Some of those fumbles that kind of messed up 4th Great Ninja War, and that's still a great piece of work. I feel like it's that type of, for me.
Well, it's like if you bring her back earlier, okay, but you announce there's 5 chapters left. The next chapter is a character that we all thought was dead, and they come back like, what? I don't. Is he just the ultimate troll?
Yeah, my biggest issue again is that there's literally nothing leading into this. It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
She was never confirmed to be gone. It was heavily implied, and him saying he was done with her in Shibuya kind of makes it seem like she was never going to come back again.
And people ran.
And then just to do this, it's kind of going back on his word, I feel.
Gege is he's one of one, because how he approaches his work is very interesting. I feel like he trolls his fans on purpose to rev them up and then put a chapter out that just revs up even more. He's very great at it, but like,
he's clickbait.
Man, yeah, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
He's clip farming. He's actually clip farming.
Like, he probably just saw how popular she was and was like, damn, I gotta bring her back, because if I don't bring someone back, I gotta bring someone back. Who do I bring back? Let me go and pick a card. Like, that's what it feels like he did.
I'll ask y'all this: do you think this was planned, or do you think this is the result of, like you said, manga clip farming and trying to draw away the negativity from it ending in 4 chapters?
I wouldn't say like this is something that he like. I mean, I hope at least. I hope this is not something that he just thought of. I feel like he had multiple ways to end the manga, and like we were headed down the route where Yuji ends up sacrificing himself, and then he just like, whoop, and he just revived someone instead.
There she is.
There she is.
Yes. So like there was like 3 outcomes. Everyone dies, Sukuna wins. Yuji dies, the heroes win, but at a very big cost. Or Disney Kaisen. We hit Disney Kaisen.
Because now he's going to pull something else up for them to in 3 chapters to win.
You know what? If Sukuna's still alive after this, I don't know what to say.
There needs to be a sequel.
JJK Shippuden. I literally said that at the end of my video. I was like, bro, the merger has to happen, and there has to be a sequel. There's no way.
Or a prequel. There has to be like another like JJK Film 0, but like in a series format or something to keep. Because if that's that, then that will tie into her coming back. Because then it'll be that.
Yes.
So maybe that's what we have to wait to see. If there's going to be more to it, without the assumption that it's over after this. Because if it's over after this, then FEXR and I stand. I love you.
I think I saw I forget who posted the video, but they were talking about how the merger didn't necessarily have to happen, because that's kind of like the ticking time bomb they've always had to stop. Because if that happens, how do you undo the merger?
That's what JJK Shippuden's for. We figure it out there.
But I don't know if you could form a whole like series around that. But at the same time, it's merging everybody together. I don't understand how you would undo that and just go back to normal society. I mean, what kind of crazy twist would that be if it actually happens?
It's gonna be like just real life, just real shit. Happens.
Someone said, "Where is Hakari, bro?"
Right. Oh my!
Like, bro, goodness gracious! It could have been Hakari that pulled up. Like what?
True.
Dog.
I've given up on Hakari. We had the perfect lead-in to at least conclude that fight when Gojo and Yuta's body mentions about the fever. The next page could have been Hakari, like a cold one-shot of Hakari with Urame beaten up or something. Just give us like a cool little ending to that. But nope, I guess...
Bro, the manga's going to end, and Gege is not going to mention Hakari or Urame once.
Ever.
He's not going to mention them.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's not as, like, in the popularity polls, he's not really that high ranked. Like, ever, he hasn't really ever been that high ranked. So I assume that Gege and fans in Japan don't see him the same way we do exactly.
Yeah.
Unless Gege just doesn't like him that or doesn't care for him that much. But I just know he's not as highly ranked in the popularity. I can assume that's why he isn't as involved as we could have hoped. But
yeah,
maybe he's just more popular over here. A gambler, of course, right?
For real.
True.
Oh, man. JJK.
Also, that manga panel of Sukuna hurt, bro. I've been doing.
No, it didn't. I have to show
you
it didn't. It didn't hurt you.
I'm gonna show you this picture, and you're gonna understand why it hurt me. I'm gonna send it to the group chat, and then I'm gonna share it because this is no.
Is it him with the nighty night?
Yeah, and he has a pillow.
PJs on.
Yes, and a PJ, bro. You can't do that, bro. He's the freaking GOAT.
Hey, we need to do a villain tier list on one of the episodes. Or
that could be a monthly members episode potentially.
Ooh,
I think.
I like that.
I feel like that might translate a little better. If y'all want to see a villains tier list, be sure y'all become a member.
Damn, that picture's funny, bro.
You saw it?
They put the damn.
Mahoo!
Hey man, who's back?
Boss man Mahoo?
Imagine if Gojo comes back this. Nah. I swear,
imagine if Gojo comes
actually ruins
back.
Bro, so yeah, is he gonna pop up in the next 3 chapters? Let's be real.
It doesn't ruin the entire it doesn't ruin the entire manga, but it would ruin the ending for me. I would hate it.
I'm not gonna lie. As questionable as I would make the writing, I wouldn't care. I want to see Gojo again. Is that toxic? Like as far as like being a fan of this series goes, is that really toxic? I feel like it might be a little toxic to just say F the writing, just show us Gojo again.
It would give us a dope soundtrack for the anime too for his return. I look forward to that.
At this point, is it really that ridiculous to do something like that?
Bro, how does he switch up on Sukuna this fast? He brings back Gojo, Nobara, and Megami somehow survives, and then Sukuna, like, bro, he was glazing Sukuna for like 50 chapters straight, and then we get like this switch up.
He's gonna make the Naruto Team 3 survive. That's what he's trying to do. So Megami's gonna survive. So Itadori, Megami, and Nobara are gonna survive. The Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura will survive.
After
Jujutsu Kaisen.
After everything Sukuna's been through, is it crazy to say that it still doesn't feel like this was enough to take him down? I feel like Gege made him too powerful. Like even this, after all he's been through, it seems like that's it, you know?
I will say, like, I would think he has like an anti-resonance counter. Like, you know, it's like no BS. Like, bro, I swear, I feel like he has something. Yes. I haven't used this since the Heian era. It's like resonance just doesn't work on me.
No, real talk though. I can see Gege doing that. I can see him ending the final chapter with Sukuna having a trick up his sleeve, and the next panel's just blank, and that's the end because he just like killed everybody.
They're like burying his body. We see a smirk on his face. Domain expansion, and it just ends.
Bro. Oh, there would be an uproar.
Now bro. That would be the ending right there.
There would be an uproar, bro.
I've been seeing a lot of edits like that when the movie ends with the cliffhanger and it's like something of that sort, and it just shows the credits directed by.
Yeah.
That would be the most Gege ending possible. I feel just like a big middle finger to everybody who's been keeping up with the series. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
He did say this is going to be satisfying. As he's going to make it as satisfying as possible, but I am kind of disappointed that he again brought back Nobara like this and without much of, I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, but it just that have it happen kind of takes away from everything that all the stakes that were met from before. And this reminds me, a lot of people are saying Mahito's a fraud now. Would y'all agree with that?
See, that's what I was about to say. Like, this also kind of like, does this take anything away from you guys with Itadori versus Mahito, with the wolf and him chasing down? Because a lot of that rage came from him seeing what happened to her and him thinking she's dead. You know?
Yeah. At that point in Shibuya, he already lost Nanami. It's not like he needed more suffering from Nobara. I don't think we needed to like. It was ambiguous her status.
Yeah.
But again, he led us on this whole time just to bring her back like that.
Man,
but
Mahito's an infant though. Isn't he like 2 months old, bro?
I mean, he's mentally.
Bro was on demon time though.
Hey, I think he's a fraud though. I think Mahito's a fraud now.
Bro, why are you protecting all the cursed spirits, bro?
Hey, I'm not protecting him. I'm saying he's
I'm talking FEXR.
Oh,
like, man, isn't Mahito like? I'm like,
yo, he's like 2 months old. He's 2 months old.
FEXR probably secretly is feeling bad for Kizaru.
Bro.
He should have teared when he seen Kizaru crying.
JJK is one of the few stories where I wouldn't say few. Is one of the stories that I mess with the villains more than I do the actual heroes.
I can vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
What in Jujutsu Kaisen?
In JJK.
I know you like Sukuna, right? Who else is there?
Kenjaku is super cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had a lot more potential though than
he's
used up.
His conclusion was absolute horrendous.
I think the whole Geto Kenjaku like parallel thing was really cool because like, you know, you see season 1 and you're wondering after you're just like, why does he have the scar on his forehead, blah blah blah, and then you see like the film Zero because I wasn't reading the manga at the time, so I had no idea, and I watched film Zero and I saw what really went down with Geto, and then what went down, I was like, okay, I'm liking this, and then all the fumble. I don't like how Kenny went down too. I feel like it was kind of like underwhelming in a way.
That was horrible,
bro.
That was terrible.
Bro.
He just got whipped. He just got
more potential. Like they could have like gave like a reason. Like the thing is like the reason for what he was doing was I feel like it.
He got bored and he's like, Gege's like, I don't. All right.
Like he's been alive for maybe thousands of years, and then the only reason for the merger happening is because I just want it to happen. Like, bro, what? Like that's what I'm saying.
I think
potential.
I think it would have been a much better conclusion if Kenjaku was in fact the final endgame antagonist in Sukuna. I was kind of hoping that if Gojo had to go, he just took Sukuna out with him in that final Hollow Purple. Both of those characters were feeling lonely from being the strongest. I feel like that'd be a very poetic conclusion for both of them to go out, paving the way for this whole new era. And then Kenjaku's the main villain, give him some power boost or something, because no one besides Yuji had like as much of a connection with Sukuna like that. I mean, I would have liked to see Sukuna still have a factor, like maybe have Yuji face some form of Sukuna or have something to do with Sukuna's downfall besides just watching Gojo do it. But yeah, like people like Yuta, Maki, I kind of wish we saw more of a fight between them and Kenjaku.
Yeah,
Takaba handle business. That's how you handle business,
bro.
I wanted to see Takaba versus Sukuna. He'll chop him up and then he'll be like falling apart like Lego pieces or something.
Facts.
And then, oh man, that's probably like one of the fights I'd want to see most, to be honest. Or Takaba versus Gojo. What would he do? I gotta see that. Oh.
That guy's ability is broken.
Hey, what you know what would be funny? What if I was stronger than Gojo? What if I was stronger than Sukuna?
Wouldn't it be funny? And then he just is. Like, what?
If I feel like if I had that power, that would be crazy. Like, I would genuinely just find like anything funny, because I would find it I would find it funny that it could literally do anything. Right? Like, say you had that power, like,
broken.
isn't it crazy how I can just use this power to become immortal, become omnipotent?
So
that would be funny to me because it's just so ridiculous.
Are you familiar with Grimmy's ability from Bleach?
Yeah, anything he imagines, but he's just stupid.
So which one's more broken, you think? He's stupid.
Probably Grammys, because he doesn't need to think.
Oh, is it the guy that like he can't really talk? He just like whines, and he like was used for Yamamoto to take out Yamamoto.
That you're thinking of all that. He has that something wise. You're thinking of something wise.
Yeah.
You're not 1,000 Year Blood Warrior yet. So
okay, it's 1,000 Year Blood Warrior.
He's not there yet with Grimmy. Yeah, those Grimmy and Takaba's abilities are like kind of similar in ways, huh?
Takaba's is much safer to have. Like, if I had to choose one, I choose Takaba's because Grammys can backfire so easily. Like, anything you imagine.
You can just have a brainstorm. I want to destroy the world. What if I destroyed the world? Boom. You're like, oh, shit.
Like, if I had that power, I wouldn't be able to control my thoughts. Like, man, I could really just disintegrate if I thought about it. And then I'm thinking about it and I just disintegrate. Like, that's it.
Toji's another cool villain that I mess with as well.
We know you love
Toji.
Toji has that. Toji has the vibe, though. Like, he's that new gen antagonist, I feel like.
You think he's up there with, like, some of the best?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I mean, there's some depth to his character, but it's really just like he's just cool. Yeah. You know, JJK, a lot of the villains are just like they're just cool. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
I feel like with villains like Sukuna, we don't exactly need a lengthy backstory, like explaining everything that he does or like the reasons behind his actions. Like, I feel like we know enough to know that he's just this embodiment of evil who could care less about any kind of human emotion. He's just there to do whatever he wants, and to have him experience like some kind of trauma or have some kind of explanation, it would kind of take away from it what makes him so interesting. I feel like
it's kind of like that meme. Yeah. It's kind of like that meme, like that Sanji Zoro meme, like, and it's like Sanji fans list of reasons why they like Sanji, and it's like Zoro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, sometimes more is less. I mean, more is better. Sometimes less is better.
Yeah, I like villains that, like, I'm always down for like a villain that will pull up, not have a backstory, but they're not just like unhinged, you know, just like doing things for no reason. But like Suka's not doing that for no reason. He has a plan, you know. He's doing things calculated. Like, he's just chilling, you know, with Yuji at times, and he's like, "You think I'm gonna help you? Nah, kid." And I was like, "All right, that was a turn, I think, for Sukuna. You know, that was different."
Oh, you're saying when he was in his body? Okay.
Yeah. Like, that's like, to me, that was when I finally started seeing Sukuna as a different type of like badass villain, because it went away from the typical shonen trope with like, okay, the demon's gonna help you out, you know. Because I like Black Clover, but I mean, you know, he has his devil, so I mean, it's kind of a different twist with JJK, and I think that's why a lot of people like it.
Yeah. FEXR pause. Okay. Whoa! What did I say? Where's my pause?
When you said in Yuji's body. That's why I avoided it. And you're like, "Oh, you mean?" I was like, "Yeah, that's yeah."
Oh. I was confused.
A while back, we got another super from Mehul, and he's asking, "What's your dream anime live action show or movie?" And I'm assuming he means with perfect adaptation, like the best possible live action we could get. What would translate the best is what I would be asking myself.
That's a better way of thinking about it.
I saw a post recently. Someone was saying they want a live action Dragon Ball with Vegeta as Hugh Jackman. It was like an edit of Hugh Jackman as Vegeta, and it actually looks solid. Like, it wouldn't really be like a great casting, but they could turn it into something has its own unique charm. I feel just anything like a Dragon Ball live action, if they did it right, it doesn't have to be the most perfect adaptation. Just give us something that is enjoyable.
A Naruto, like a well executed Naruto live action would go.
I was
crazy.
thinking that low key.
It would go crazy.
And Naruto is like probably the most popular. I think it is the most popular anime of all time, right? Maybe behind Dragon Ball.
When it comes down to like, see, like Naruto and Dragon Ball, they have that huge advantage of just like martial arts, man. Like everyone loves martial arts, you know, the aesthetic of it and everything, ninjas, like karate. And I feel like
live action Vinland Saga could go crazy because of
AOT.
how well it could potentially look. They don't have to do too much to just make it look crazy, like a Viking. Have him sailing out on sea with like a crazy storm or something. Having like Thorfinn versus a bear or something would look crazy. Just add in some, make it more like, more of maybe just inspired by Vinland Saga, like a Viking live action movie like that.
So it said Pokemon. I forgot. Pokemon's a very popular anime.
I know there's Detective Pikachu, but I find it hard to see them ever going that route just because of how much there is to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like look at the Mario movie. Did y'all see the Mario movie?
Yeah.
It was a great movie, but there's so much that they didn't include in it. And again, it was a great movie, but movies like that are tough because there's just so many routes you can take. Everyone's always going to be asking what's next or why didn't we get this?
Why was this changed? Blah, blah, blah.
Like a Pokemon, like you would need like a whole cinematic universe, I feel.
Yeah, for real.
I think it's tough. To pick one. Like I feel like One Piece is doing a good job of it right now. Like there's room for improvement, but they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of One Piece live action. I think it's good. It's enjoyable to me, but I think I'm just associating it too much with like the series, the manga, anime. I enjoyed it more when I just sat down and watched it as its own thing.
I think they're doing well for what they're able to do with like devil fruits and stuff. Now, like I don't know what they're gonna do when it comes to hockey. They just might not do anything extra. You're just gonna probably see someone punch a Logia user or something. But I wonder if they can. It's pretty good.
I wonder if they'd finish it one day when One Piece is already done. You think they would? That would be crazy.
Hey,
and it would need to have so many seasons.
If there's a viewership for it, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Inaki is gonna be looking like Rayleigh by the time they get there.
Facts.
They have to like recast some of these actors. I feel.
Man, Chopper's gonna look the same. Whatever Chopper is, I don't even know how they're gonna do Chopper, man.
Chopper gonna be straight CGI. Watch.
They all they gotta do is do him like Detective Pikachu.
Oh man, true.
That's a good way to do it. Yeah.
They still haven't revealed it though. I know the live action for One Piece. I think it's gonna end at Drum Island. A lot of people were saying like Alabasta, but I think it's only up to Drum Island, which is an interesting place to end it. I feel.
Yeah.
Because they want to like just introduce Chopper, I guess. Or they, because I do think like that Luffy v Wapple fight takes a decent amount of time. I guess I can see why they stop it there.
We are gonna see a live action Wapple, aren't we?
Yeah.
What's right after Drum Island?
Alabasta, correct?
Isn't it Little Garden?
Oh, did you see who they casted as King Cobra?
No. It is Alabasta.
Little Garden's before, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's how Nami got sick.
They got some big actors coming in this next season. Like the guy who's playing King Cobra, I watched since I was a kid. I was like, and he still looks the same.
Mr. 3's the polka dot man from Suicide Squad.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a great casting.
These castings are crazy for season 2. So I think they'll do well.
Foxo777 super chat. FEXR is Mihawk a top 5 anime swordsman only by skill.
Top 5, top 1, bro.
Top 5 in anime
by skill.
Hey, who else in anime you know that's got a black blade?
Man, put Musashi and Kenshin could get a black blade in the One Piece.
Dude, Yorichi from Demon Slayer would be born with a black blade in his hand.
Right.